I'm coming into this one with a fair bit of nostalgia since my exposure to the BFG was through the animated version from 1989. Like many of the other VHS tapes in my house as a kid, it got a lot of play. That said, there comes a time when reviewing movies where you sometimes come across a film where you are clearly not part of the intended audience. I mention this because while the film was enjoyable and at the very least faithful to the spirit of Roald Dahl's stories, I didn't feel satisfied, and I'm not entirely sure why. For those not in the know, the BFG is a Roald Dahl story that follows the young orphan Sophie as she befriends the eponymous BFG, or Big Friendly Giant, who is tasked with distributing dreams to the sleeping people of the world. For the most part, the film is the classic Spielberg family film that audiences have come to adore, complete with some of the questionably overdone whimsy. It doesn't hinder itself by trying to set it in modern day, nor does it make any pointless modern references, and stylistically, it's the kind of film that feels ripped from the pages of a book. That said, I think what really hurts this film is the presentation, as the CGI we see in the film is done in a highly stylized manner, and yet is still expected to blend in with the live-action elements. That's more or less what I found the most distracting. I mean, while there is a great deal of computer artistry here, to the trained eye, it may hurt your suspension of disbelief. When it comes to the story and writing of the film, it feels like it's moving at a very brisk pace. I know that you don't want to spend too much time establishing the world before starting the story, but what we got was very minimal, which left some moments of dialogue at the beginning feeling very forced and unnecessary. While I can't speak to the faithfulness of the film to the original novel, what I can say is, like I mentioned in the opening, is that it's very much faithful to the spirit of Roald Dahl's novels, where you have the balance of whimsy, crude humor, and imaginative ideas that would come from the mind of a child. That's probably why I wasn't as enthralled with this film, because I'm not really the target that it's hoping to hit. Overall, as a family movie, there's not much for the adults, but it will definitely have children enthralled if this is their introduction to the works of Roald Dahl. It has the kind of charm and wonder that you only really experience as a kid, so I would very much recommend this film for children. Aside from that, there's not really much here for an older audience, so unless you're a die-hard fan of Roald Dahl and his novels, there's not really any other reason to watch this film. All of that said, the BFG gets a 4 out of 5. So that's it for this episode of Romney's Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.